Dr. Aldrin, I want you to know that I was in the crowd that welcomed you home from in Montclair after the Apollo 11 mission. I am so very disappointed that I'm not able to see you again. In the latest issue of Delbarton today, I wrote some thoughts about the space exploration. In light of your visit with us today, it seems appropriate to repeat what I wrote at that time. As educators, every child in front of us is a token of God's wondrous making. We have a lofty task of trying to tap into that sense of awe and wonder that is so natural in the young. We seek to awaken in every one of our students that desire for the truth that is striving for His majesty, who is the truth. We endeavor to instill in our young men that sense of man's noble daring, and that leads them beyond the comfortable and the known. We encourage them to embark on paths of discovery, both within them and without. These events this summer provided us with some of the powerful reminders of these realities. The landing of the rover Curiosity on Mars and the passing of Neil Armstrong, the first man to set foot on the moon. Curiosity reminded us what mortals have the capacity to design, create, and execute a daring mission into space. Passing of Neil Armstrong reminded us that we still need to be bold, courageous, and humble men and women to turn our dreams into reality. God willing, among the young men at Delbarton today, there are some of each. Dr. Aldrin, I hope your words today to the students of Delbarton may awaken in some of the young men in front of you some of that spirit. Brother Paul. And it is now my honor and my privilege to introduce to you a true American hero, Dr. Buzz Aldrin.
Thank you very much. It hasn't been very often that I've had the chance to talk to my fellow young men growing up in my state of New Jersey. I did a little calculating the other day, and I've spent over half of my life in California paying taxes. When I lived in New Jersey, they told me there weren't any taxes. But I think you've changed a little bit. I'm looking at the computer here, and it shows my rap song. Now, you look at me, and you think I'm a rapper? No way, I got a tie on. I was at an event last night, and the shirts were outside, black shirts, jeans, and I was dressed to the nines. I believe that we should wear according to how we feel about ourselves. And I got to tell you, I really feel good about my life. I was born at the end of the Depression. My mother was born the year that the Wright brothers flew. 66 years later, Neil and I walked on the moon. And the preparation steps that I went through to be able to do that, I look back and say, they were next to perfect. Sure, you make a little mistake here, you don't get the grades that you want, but I took advantage of what was in front of me and tried for things that I didn't quite get. Instead of being in Korea, I could have been a Rhodes Scholar in Oxford, but I wouldn't trade my experiences of being in combat because it, as you saw here, it taught me how to just barely into flying school. And after I saw the Air Force Academy open up, and the first class came in, I got a good assignment to Germany, and I was on alert. Nuclear weapons, in case the Russians invaded Europe, we would fly and drop our nuclear weapons to stop their advance. We had bombers flying alert with nuclear weapons. You people didn't grow up and face those things that we did during the Cold War. Out of that came sort of a challenging of who's got the best technology, because there were missiles sort of aimed at each other, pointed at each other. And believe it or not, we were in a phase of evolution called mutual destruction. If one nation fires his, then they'll fire him back. And that was not a very pleasant time period. But out of that technology came the competition and the challenge that we made to ourselves by the president saying, I believe that this nation should commit itself before the decade is out of landing a man on the moon, bringing him back safely. I kind of like that last part. Out of that, we put up a one-man Mercury spacecraft, suborbital, twice, Gus Grissom, and that was flying, followed by the first orbital flight by John Glenn, just a few orbits around the Earth. Then we came up with a program that filled in between the complicated Apollo mission that we had committed to complete the landing by 1969, by the end of that. And that was the Gemini program, 2 people. Now, not only could it change its attitude, but it could move this way. It could do all the maneuvering that was necessary to slowly catch up and then intercept another spacecraft. That's a pretty complicated thing to do. And I was so fortunate to think that that would be the thesis that I would develop at MIT. So the situation was right. I saw a solution that I had used in combat and developed it to be able to add confidence to the pilot who was watching the computer do things. Nowadays, the computer can do most all of the calculations. And in the shuttle, we even had 3 computers to do things. But there were times in Apollo, in order to get back home with 2 people on the surface and 1 person in orbit, you had to lift off and kind of do those rendezvous maneuvers in order to get back home. Those things became important, and later on, after Apollo, I began to use those ideas to maybe make travel to other places easier. In the early 80s, the people who understood the planets going around the sun, they were lining up in just the right alignment so that if you watch, you could fly by Jupiter and then bend the orbit a little bit, and go by Saturn, and so forth, make what we call the grand tour. We kept moving outward. I'm never satisfied that we've got the right thing going. So I looked at that and said, maybe there's a better way to go back and forth between Earth and the moon. Yeah, there is. You can do that, but it's not too good do it again. And that takes a little bit of cleverness to be able to take this movement by one planet and bending your orbit to make it do something really useful. Because now you have a cycling spaceship. Now, with another institution like Purdue, I've worked with those people and we've come up with even better ways of doing this. Now, we've had programs that didn't work out quite right after the second shuttle accident in Columbia, where we were going to get back to the moon by 2020. Well, that didn't work out too well for a variety of reasons, so that program was canceled. And the enthusiasm on my part for going back to the moon began to dwindle a good bit because I knew that China could now wait to get to the moon and might even be there when we would come into land. And that's not leadership. We led the world in the 60s and 70s in the space program. We need to continue to lead the world. We're not going to ignore the moon, but we're going to do the essential things there that'll help build the base. And from a slight distance away, we can robotically control our science, our digging for commercial activities at the moon, and doing just about everything. But the important thing is to demonstrate what we have practiced in Hawaii on the Big Island, and then putting down one spacecraft after another, and then through a satellite, bringing them together and forming the base simulated on Hawaii, and we're going to do that on the moon. Now, the countries that go there are going to say, well, you're not going to land on the moon. Who thinks you should build the base? Well, we do because we're leading things. We're bringing together. We're supplying a lot of ingredients that are needed. And if we lead at the moon but don't spend all of our resources, then we can gradually move out and leading the world in our quest to get to Mars. And just like we're going to build the base on the moon from a control center away from the moon that is less than a second time delay, we're going to be at Mars, at the moon of Mars. It orbits Mars in 7 hours. And when we get to that base, we're going to assemble the different components of the Mars base and put them together. Now, we've got to move on to another school, but I have to tell you that you want to reach me on Twitter? Twitter at The Real Buzz. Not that little doll. Not that Lightyear guy. This is The Real Buzz. I've got a video game coming out later on in the summer. It's Buzz Aldrin Space Program Manager. You get to act as if you're a manager of the space program and put together the things and the cost of investing in this and that, and using the techniques that are available to see what you can make in the future. And it's a great program. I know, because I'm working with them. And I'm giving them part of the solution.
So, I'm sorry, we do have to cut it short. I'm Christina Buzz's mission director. So I have to keep him on schedule. But we can take 2 questions before we run out.